Okay, well today we're going to go over some of the basic operations of your portable radio. These are BK DPH radios or GPH radios. Okay, and we'll go over the buttons first at the top. We're going to start with the volume on-off button. This is pretty obvious. It clicks to the right out of the detent. You'll hear the radio beep and the volume will change the more you turn up or turn down this knob, and to shut it back off again into the detent turns the radio off. This knob here is the code guard or squelch knob. The radio will work fine. It will actually work better than fine if you leave this knob all the way counterclockwise in what seems like the off position. What that means is that you are enabling the code guard function of this radio that will be selective in only making you listen to transmissions that have the proper code guard on them, which we know to be ODF traffic. So if you leave this in the off position, it will not hinder you from hearing people. However, if you do have this out of the detent position, you can open your squelch just like a CB radio. If you turn this far enough clockwise, you can actually open the radio and adjust your volume without having to listen to somebody. That way you know your volume is good. Go back to there and you're now good to go. Okay, this switches along here on the bottom. This is your power switch. Low power is the switch is towards the antenna is low power. That's 2.5 watts. Switch away from the antenna, that's high power. That's 5 watts. A little bit better transmission in high power, but it does use up your battery a lot quicker. So you can select whether you want to be in low or high power depending on your needs. Scan button. Scan button turns your scan function on and off. The button pushed towards the antenna means scan is on. Away from the antenna, scan is off. Okay? Priority channel is on when it's towards the antenna as well. Okay? How the radio selects the priority channel right now simply happens to be whatever channel your knob is set to on the radio will be the priority channel. So you can have this channel set on South Saddle. You'll be scanning RedNet. Okay, RedNet will be talking. You'll hear somebody talk, but if your priority is on, it will listen to the selected channel first over whatever channel you happen to be receiving on at the time. So in other words, in that configuration, if traffic came over South Saddle, you'd then start hearing the South Saddle traffic because your priority is the knob selection. Okay? The keyboard down front we'll go over a little bit. This is how we are going to add and remove channels from scan. This is also how we change groups. Groups in the radio are just a selection of 16 channels per group. Okay, most radios have up to 4 or 5 groups of 16 channels each. The way we know what group we happen to be in is we can press the pound button one time. Group 4. I happen to be in group 4 of this radio. After 3 seconds, it automatically reverts back to the channel that I was on. Okay? To change groups, I'll press the pound button and I'll enter the number of the group that I want to go into. Say I would like to go to group 3. I will press pound and then 3 and then enter, or pound 3, leave it alone for 3 seconds. It will automatically go to group 3. I am impatient, so I usually press the enter button. So pound 3, enter. I'm now in group 3, as indicated by pressing the pound button. Group 3. All right, to add or delete channels from scan, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the priority switch off, bringing it towards me. I'm going to shut the scan off, bringing it towards me. These 2 top buttons are towards me now. As I go through this group, I can select channels via my channel knob, as you can see, going through the tap channels for this in this instance. TAC 3, I'd like to add TAC 3 to scan. I'm going to press enter. SCN, solid, not blinking, will come up above TAC 1. Okay? As I cycle through the next channel I'd like to add to scan, I press enter again. TAC 8 is now in scan. If I press the scan button now towards the antenna, the scan indication flashes. That indicates that I am scanning those selected channels, in this case 8 and I think it was 3 that I put in there. If I want to remove a channel from scan, I shut scan off again. Okay, I see that this channel is currently selected because it says SCN above it. If I press clear, the scan selection goes away. TAC 3, that is currently selected. I don't want that in there anymore. I press clear. Scan function goes away. Okay. Another thing that you'll find sometimes in these radios is that the keyboard will be locked. You will try to press the buttons and you'll get a locked indication. To lock and unlock the keyboards, you'll press and hold the function button. Okay, that means locked. Now anytime I go in here and I try to punch something, I'll get a tone and a locked indication, and that'll confuse a lot of people sometimes and really mess you up. If that happens on your radio, press and hold the function key until it unlocks. Okay? That is probably it for the basic functions of the portable radio.